Yo, what's goody?
What's good, bro? What's good?
Your man's is out of jail. I'm back.
Yeah. Let's clap it up for being out of jail.
I mean,
Got
at
to.
top prison.
Whoa, gotta do that.
I'm just glad it was on the dot because I was like, man, I hope they're not just giving me a time, but I guess that was like the time that when I got cut off, so they map it out to that time or whatever. So I'm glad that.
Word.
What is up, man? Happy Sunday. Glad to be back with you. Back out of
Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
Hell yeah, man.
Welcome to the chat, y'all. Let's chat about it. Episode 9.
9-0.
Mentor Estrada.
Your boy, that boy funny. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So I'm gonna make sure I don't talk about no conspiracy theories this time. Make sure we don't talk about nothing crazy.
I ain't
So,
gonna lie, you gotta
yeah.
make sure you're looking at the screen too, because like before they banana you, they send you little alerts.
Oh, and you know, you're right. That time I didn't get one though.
Yeah, just make sure, we just gotta word shit a little different. But
Word.
sorry for the delay, guys. We had to make sure we was both here to do this thing the right way. But yeah, we definitely got a lot of good topics this week, and let's get into it, man.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. We're gonna start it off with how to maintain a healthy relationship with your partner. You have brought this topic up, to talk about. And I think that's a really good topic, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship. You got to keep things alive. You got to keep things popping. And we both have some things that we both going to share, like 5 things to do. But I think the most important, before we get into like the 5 things each that we're going to do, I just think the most important thing is to be fun. You know what I mean? You can't be boring. I think after COVID for me personally, I got real lazy and I got real boring because we just got so caught up in getting stuck. I literally was like almost in a prison in my mind where after that, I really didn't want to do anything. And so after coming out here to Florida, and then realizing that there's less fun stuff to do out here because like at least you can walk out and find fun by accident or get into like a free activity because you know how it is in the city, you could always do stuff. But here out in Florida, it's like all like people really want to do out here. The beach, I always love going to the beach. I don't mind that. That's for me, that's like a bit of a Zen thing. But like it's like almost like everyone else, they just really want to like eat and drink all the time. And I was like, that's fun and it's good to socialize, but you got to do more. So for me, what I had to start doing was actually, I got more into, because I already knew New York, like on the back of my hand, I had to kind of get familiar with Florida. And that got me more into like looking at new places to go and see. And my wife doing the same thing for me. And constantly us going back and forth, sharing things with each other that like, hey, we might want to do this. Hey, we might want to do this. And I think that's for us, that's been like the working, formula for us.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, definitely, man. It's always good to keep it fun and not be boring. I definitely, jotted some notes down on what, me and wifey do and the type of things we do that we've been doing to keep our love healthy in this relationship besides sex, because, it's definitely not always about sex and shit, but definitely having intimate conversations, you know what I'm saying? Like dislikes and likes when it comes to sex, you know what I'm saying? You can just have those conversations that sparks, what y'all like and what y'all don't like, and what y'all want y'all bedroom life to be about. So having those conversations besides just having the actual, doing the doing shit. Also date nights, and this includes, staying in or going out, doing things, watching movies, just spending quality time, cuddle sessions, things like that. We do this thing where we do talking sessions where we talk about plans for the future, plans for the kids. Then we also go over like just remembering the good times we had, you know what I'm saying? And, just bringing up past shit, funny moments and, just good shit that we've been through and throughout our relationship. So we definitely always have those once in a blue. I'll be like, yo, babe, or she'll be like, yo, babe, let's have our talking session. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just unwrap everything. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is actively listening to your partner's needs, and demonstrating trust and loyalty. You know what I'm saying? You got to demonstrate trust and loyalty and reassure your partner that you all in and you know what I'm saying, you ready for those big steps in life. You know what I'm saying with them. And then my last thing is appreciation towards your partner as a whole. You know, appreciating them through the good times, through the bad times, through the struggles, and making sure that they know that you their ride or die, and they're your ride or die. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Those are all wild solid. Actually, I like all of those actually, and most and that I feel like those things help me out too. To add to those of your five, the five that I added, working out together. I think it's good for a couple if you're a couple, especially if maybe one might be gravitating more. But I think if you do that together, it's a really a fun thing. My wife and I, we do that every once in a while. Like I go more than her, but the times that I bring her, I feel like I have the best workouts that I have with her because it's always good to do it. Even if you could always do it with your boys, or if you're a girl, you do it with your girls. But as a couple, I think it's almost like a bit of a flex in a way, you know what I mean? And it's a good thing, and then you guys feel great together afterwards. The second one is cooking together. Yeah, man, and I'm proud to say that my wife has definitely helped me cook so much better now because I really didn't, growing up, I was really more of a breakfast type of cook. You know what I mean? Like I could throw down on the eggs, I could throw down on the pancakes, all that. And she really got me into doing more dinner as, got older and she had to work late and then I had to take over. And if it wasn't for her, my cooking would be trash right now. But being in the kitchen together was like a huge tool into, I feel like, me getting more closer to her. Cleaning together being a third thing. I think just cleaning, having a day where, you guys you do the clean, you do the big clean of the day of the house. It's a great way to build teamwork, and that's something, how our parents were. You probably had that day. Our day was Saturdays. You know what I mean? Every Saturday, my mom woke us up. We had a big old breakfast, and then it was cleaning time, and everyone did their thing. And I think that's still relevant today. Another one, building something together or fixing something together. I think that's definitely a huge one. Funny to say, I'm in my relationship. I'm not. I'm more of the just tell me where to pick up the heavy things and I'll throw them there. My wife is actually like the mechanic, the engineer, because her father is like that. And which I thought which I think is so cool because she really just has a knack for it, and she also taught me like so much like how to build my first bed. Like I never had to really build a bed like that until I was with wifey, or build a a bureau like from scratch. So I had to do things like that, and I felt like that was work. And the last thing, learning together. Just every once in a while, we love the History Channel, and I think now History Channel's come a long way than what it used to be, where history used to be like really boring and very dense. Now it's like a lot more fun, it's a lot more hip, and think learning together and being able to bounce things off of each other, like, oh, did you know about this and that? I think that's just healthy, and we also like every evening because we feel like that's like the smartest show to watch. So we like doing that, and we feel like we learn something. You, of course, with Jeopardy, you learn something new all the time. So I think it's definitely a very healthy thing to do in a relationship.
That's a fact, bro. These are all great things you pointed out. I pointed out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their own little things that they they do to keep their relationship healthy. After years of being together, you know what I'm saying? Because, although, sex is like, you want to say, make sure, of course y'all doing that. But besides that, what can y'all do besides just doing, being in the bedroom and stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
There's more to that than just, having sex and being intimate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The little things, waking up, telling each other little things like, oh, you look good. I like the way you look in that outfit. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see you when I get home. Sending those little sweet texts. You know what I'm saying? All those little things matter, and all those little things count. You know what I'm saying? And what you mentioned, what I mentioned, definitely good ways to keep your love life healthy after years of being together. So. Definitely good things pointing out. Moving along, we're gonna get into parenting and talking about how to talk to your child about their sexuality, right? So
Right.
I'm gonna kick it off, Cuzzo, because
Go ahead.
Being a parent, like we said before, it's not easy. It doesn't come with a book. You learn every day new things about your children. My oldest, my 17-year-old, she is in the life. You know what I'm saying? She likes girls.
Mm-hmm.
What she likes, I love. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge her. That's one thing, when you have a child that's trying to figure out their sexuality, or trying to, come out, or, afraid to come out. You have to talk to your children. That's one. Communicate with your children. Don't be judgmental. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they still your child. Whatever their sexuality is, whatever they like, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean because you don't approve of it, or not that you don't approve of it, because some parents won't approve of what their child likes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you still gotta love them, they're your child at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? They didn't ask to be here. You made a choice to do something with their other parent, and they're here. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta love them, you gotta nurture them, and you gotta support them in whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? And my oldest, she's definitely somebody say I look like twins. Yeah, that's my real cousin. That's my real cousin. Facts. I support whatever she likes. I love. You know what I'm saying? And she came out when she was about, like, I believe 12, 13, and she said what she liked, and I support her. And I was like, listen, we're gonna go through this, and we don't know if it was a phase, and she's still to this day the same person she's been since she was younger, and like, I still give her the same talks, relationship talks, like whether it's with a guy or it's with a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still gotta be her father, and I still gotta let her know, like, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna like somebody, and you probably get your heart broken, and it's just, you gotta be there for them, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be there for them, you gotta support them, you gotta show that you care, you gotta show that you understand, you gotta be patient, you know what I'm saying? And you can never judge them, because the moment you judge them and you show that you not trying to hear what their feelings, that it's gonna go way left and way south. You know what I'm saying? So just as a parent, you know what I'm saying, be there for your kids. Don't be judgmental. And love what they like. Because at the end of the day, they still your kids. It doesn't change them as a human being, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't change the fact that they still your child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I love all of that, cousin. That's awesome. And it's so true. Literally, you hit it on the dot with everything. We, of course, in our family, we have family members that go either both ways or whatever. And I had to learn that as well with my children, my wife's children, our two oldest as well. My oldest daughter, she identifies as pansexual, and then my oldest son, he identifies as being bi. And like with my son, it was like I kind of knew already. You know what I mean? There was definitely already, but never treated him different, never did any of that. And I think with our generation as parents, I think we were definitely the most open minded, because I remember how jaded it used to be. You know what I mean? Like how, like, if you were anything else different and you were a parent, it was kind of like, oh, forsaken or whatnot. Whereas, my wife was so open to it, and then that taught me to be more open to it, which I never had a problem with it anyway. But it was like, oh, okay, like this is a new challenge for me, and not a challenge for me, but more of a more like a stepping stone for me to step up and be supportive and not, be so judgmental or hard on it. Because I remember, like, so many parents when I was growing up, to a lot of my friends who had came out, they were so judgmental, and it was like a hard thing for them, and I didn't want that, for our kids, for sure.
Yeah.
And it also, like you said, I think it also opened up that block to where you don't have to really sugarcoat things anymore, because now that they're already kind of letting you know where they're at with it, you can kind of be like, okay, well then you know a few things, let me teach you a few things. It honestly just, and now it's like, we're about to have, like, my daughter, she's bringing over her girlfriend for the first time for Thanksgiving this year. Nice. And my son, he's out in New York, and he got his little boo thing too, and we always talking about it, and it's not a foreign topic. And you know, the one thing that we, like you were saying, you just have to be supportive, be a good parent, be there, and not put them down for it, because obviously, like you said, you know, they're your kids. And you know, at the end of the day, it's if you're a supportive parent, that's more respectable than you being a parent that's like an a-hole about it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then you end up having a bad relationship as well, and it doesn't, you know, and then just kind of makes everything worse. And maybe for, you know, maybe for a lot of families, and maybe a lot of people are hearing it, they could be a little bit more traditional about that type of things, and maybe they don't. But that doesn't take away the fact that you, like you said, you still have to love your child, and still, no matter what, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, their choices are their choices, and you still have to be there for them.
That's a fact, bro. At the end of the day, man, like, they your kids. Like, what you gonna do? Hate them for real? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do it regardless. That's one thing you gotta learn. Like, in this world, as humans, when we love something and we are something, we gonna do it regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'd rather be by your side and be in your corner than not have no relationship with you because I don't approve of something. And it's not that I don't even approve of it, because like you said, we got family members, you know what I'm saying, that go both ways. Like, I've grown up seeing shit, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But, you know, when becoming a parent, you never think like, that's the road you're gonna be on. But at the end of the day, I felt like it kept an open mind for us. Like, all right, you know, if it does happen, you know what I'm saying, what's up? We're not judgmental at all. You know, I like, kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I kind of knew, like, cause my oldest was always like a tomboy, like putting my clothes on and stuff, and things like that. You know, so I was like, but you know, you never want to say like, you know, that's what it's gonna be. You feel me? But then, you know, once she got to her like pre-teens, you know, she was starting to like, and then, you know, she kind of like said it, and I was like, you know, I already knew, but I'd rather you tell me what it is, and then I can support you from there, and then we can move forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like, it's crazy because it's like regular conversation now, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, she's just like, you know, my oldest is like my fucking twin, you know what I'm saying? Like, wears the same type of clothes I wear, and it's like, you know, and we can have those conversations like if like I'm having another conversation with one of my boys. You feel me?
Right.
It's cool because at the end of the day, like, whether it was she was with a man or a female, like, either way, like, I'm gonna love her regardless because that's my baby. You feel me?
Right. For real. No, that's a beautiful thing. You know, and it's just, you know, it's one of those things where we're also, to my notes, I was adding, we're living in a society now where most of the answers that they will find is going to be from their phone or their friends too. And now a lot of classmates are more open about it, you know. So, you know, if your kid is going through that or you're not sure, just, you know, you need to be there enough to know where the signs are, like my cousin was saying, and, you know, you pick up on the signs, and also be confident enough to have those conversations and be open about it.
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts.
You know?
Yeah, man, so what we moving on to?
Oh, man, I wanted to get into the Shine documentary, man. Holy smokes. I'm really glad that I waited to watch it because I was just having such a busy week. I know if I would have tried to watch it, I would have missed a bunch of things. But, dude, that could be a movie. Like, his story could be a whole movie.
Paul, not to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Question.
Oh, yeah.
The last topic. When is it okay to have that conversation with them? I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like, as a parent, you kind of already know, you know, your child. And, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's best when they kind of come to you. It's like sometimes if you try to like pressure it, they'll hide it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they're not even ready because they still trying to figure out. You know, they're at an age, you know, children, especially when they're younger than preteens, and I mean like younger than 11, 12, like they still at the age trying to figure out everything. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like let them come to you. You know, at the end of the day, they will. Like if you doing everything as a parent, right, and you showing that love and that support and everything, your child is gonna come to you. Your child is gonna let you know what it is. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's the parents that are not active. It's the parents that don't care. It's the parents that just not being parents, period, obviously their child is not going to come to them and say, hey, listen, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But if you active in your child's life and you doing what you got to do as a parent, the child is going to come to you and they're going to let you know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Don't never pressure that conversation of, say, hey, listen, I feel like you like this, because it might turn them off and push them away, because they probably still trying to figure out themselves, or is that really what it is for them? You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yep. Literally, bro. You hit it right on the nose with that. And it's true. The parents who don't care, those be, I feel like those be the kids who they're hurt the most, because they're also they want their parents' acceptance, but they're not there enough or don't care enough to, to see where their kids' heads is at. And all they want is someone just to listen to them, you know what I mean? And to be there for them.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But yeah, definitely moving on back to the Shine shit.
Yeah, man.
Shine shit is official, bro. I love Shine, man. Definitely, one of my favorite rappers. For everything he's done for the game, what he's doing now.
Yeah.
For Belize, and how far he has come. His story is crazy. We spoke about the documentary. I also told you that I even seen the interview that he did with Drink Champs. Talking about the documentary and little things that they didn't put in the documentary was in that interview. But you would kick it off, though. You know what I'm saying? You was,
No, thank you. A few things I didn't know about him, it was that he was from Belize. Did not know that. Again, I think his story would make a great movie. I think he was robbed of great success when it comes to talking about his input in hip hop, because the way the story was, that's like such a coming to story. Like that's such an inspiration. You know what I mean? It made me want to be like, yo, I wanted to rap again, because it's just like, yo, he went through it, had, his little run-ins with the wrong crowds, then was on a positive note. And then the way music is, where music just kind of just, when it's for you and you're gravitating toward that and you're giving it that energy, it kind of consumes you. And that's all he wanted to do. I think that I was trying to remember. I was like, I remember the single, right? The whoa, you know what I mean?
Bad Boys,
you know what I mean? Like I remember the single, and I was telling my wife yesterday, I'm like, man, I remember like how fire that was at the time it came out, but then he got taken away from us so quick. It really didn't get to like. I mean, of course, through the airwaves and through hip hop heads, it marinated with us, but I think he could have just been such a big thing. Like he definitely would have changed the game in a lot of ways, especially for a lot of newcomers that came. And if it's one thing that I do give him mad credit, is to really being not a bitter dude about everything, because
that's a fact, bro.
What I mean, he really got thrown under the bus, when it came to the whole the court case that he was in. I didn't know. See, now all these years, I never really dived deep into it until this documentary. I always assumed he was really just blamed for it without him really shooting anything. But for him admitting it, saying like, no, I did shoot, like I did pull out my gun, that's what it was. I thought that was big of him to say too, because, he could have just lied about it and say, nah, that wasn't me. But he was very upfront and very honest about what his mistakes were. He took ownership for it. He didn't snitch. Diddy's a foul one. Diddy really is a foul one for what he did.
I mean, he said, not to cut you off, he said he doesn't blame Diddy. He blames more of the lawyers. Because at the end of the day, like why he did, like, see, they didn't put that in the documentary because I feel like they put certain pieces in the documentary, but then in the interview that he did with Drink Champs, he said he don't blame Diddy for the simple fact at that time, he came from that. He came from the streets. Let's put it this way. Like before he was writing raps,
right?
He grew up in Belize. His pops was the prime minister of Belize.
Right.
You feel me? But he was basically what they call a bastard child. Like, his pops did something with his mom, but his pops had a family. His moms came to New York. He came to New York. He was always the person he is now, fighting for his people. That's what he was doing in Brooklyn. Like, he was fighting for his block. Like, you know, he was fighting off bullies. Like, nah, you can't bully him, bully me. But they wasn't with that because he was a tough dude. You know what I'm saying? Causing him to end up getting shot. He got low. He finished high school. Became a messenger where, you know, those guys that ride the bikes, they deliver messages. As he was seeing him going, you know, delivering messages to different, you know, record labels and things like that is what made him want to get into the music. You feel me? And he started writing rhymes and things like that. But what he was saying was Diddy didn't come from, you know, from what he came from. You feel me? And at that time, Diddy was still young. He was hot. So who was the bigger person at that time?
Yeah.
You feel me? Diddy. So his lawyers at the time was like, you can't take the fall for this.
Right.
You feel me? There was 3 people that was going to take the fall. It was Diddy, it was Shine, and it was the security guard.
Right.
The security guard was already facing 25 to life.
Right.
You feel me? If he got in trouble again, he was going away.
Right.
Diddy, they was throwing him 15 off rip.
Right.
And then Shine got the 10. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, see, what people don't know, if y'all never watched the documentary, I never heard the story of Shine, like, he wasn't shooting at nobody and specifically at just pulling his gun out because he wanted to pull his gun out. Right. He was protecting himself because he really had real beef in the streets. You feel me? And he was like, it was, you know, either them or me. You feel me? And that's like anybody that come from that, like, we all know, bro. Like, if you come from that lifestyle, like, what you gonna do? You feel me? You gonna protect yourself at all times. You're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what happened. But at the same time, you know, the girl that got hit in the face, you know what I'm saying, in that situation, still to this day says,
right,
it was the diddler. You feel me? At the end of the day, she never said it was Shine. She always said her story never changed. She always said it was the diddler, bro.
Yep.
You know, and it was sad because the lawyers he had at the time, you know, they kind of was under the Diddy pocket. You feel me?
Right.
It was under the Diddy pocket, and that's kind of what fucked him up. So
that's what I got from it for sure.
You know, so yeah, at the end of the day, man, he definitely was dealt cards that was fucked up for him. But he stood 10 toes. You feel me? He never snitched. He never threw nobody under the bus. He did his time. The whole time he was on trial, he was already recording his second album.
Right.
So the More or Less and all that, the Godfather shit, he was already recording that album. You know what I'm saying? He definitely came home and was, you know, beefing with a couple people in the industry, but it was because at that time he said he was lost. He said there was a point in time that he felt a little bitter, but he knew that wasn't him, so he had to, you know, he tried to do different things to find his way. So that's when he turned to being, you know, becoming Jewish and going, you know, to Israel and trying to do the whole, you know, Jewish thing and everything. He said, and even then, like, they was telling him, like, nah, like, you can't come over here and be a black Jew and marry
that crazy that community didn't accept him. That's crazy.
Yeah, they didn't want to accept him. You feel me? Yeah. So what more to do than to go back to your own country and leave? You feel me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And look at him now. You know, political. He got his citizenship back and all that. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing big things for his people. You know what I'm saying? And I commend him for that. You know what I'm saying? I big him up because his story is definitely, you know, a story to tell. And like you said, it definitely would make a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he is, a lyricist. Come on, man. Like, bro. Like, if you really listen to his music, like, you can see, like, he would change the game for real. For sure.
He definitely, and it was an effortless flow. Another thing I wanted to point out, what I thought was hilarious to show, like, how evil the diddler is, was when the security guard was talking about how right before the trial, they went to Central Park and he went to go see, like, that shaman or whatever. And he said, he went into the cage to part of the little ceremony he was doing to take out this white bird, and the white bird was supposed to fly, and then that joint just came crashing down and died. I was like, if that's not an omen from God himself that you are definitely evil, like, bro, like, it says it all right there. Like, it's crazy. Like, the spiritual world is definitely going to talk for you, and it's definitely not going to have your back when you're doing something bad.
That's a fact, bro. That's a whole fact, bro.
And I was just like, nope, that's all I needed right there.
Fact, bro.
That was all I needed right there. And going on to the diddler, to add into with this, because it kind of ties into it, he's attempting to get his fourth attempt to get out of jail on bail for the fourth time coming this week. He's putting up, I think it was like 50 mil he's trying to put up. It seems like this judge is trying to see, or possibly trying to see what he could work out with him to try to give him bail, because he says at this point, from what I read, he would have to kind of stay placed in New York in an apartment there, because another one of his homes that's, I think, in Miami, it has access to the dock and a boat, and they don't want him to be a runner. You know what I mean? So he might shoot if it goes his way, which I'm kind of. It'll be interesting if it does. He might be able to get out.
He's gonna get out, bro. I feel like he's gonna get out.
It's all about money, and
I feel like he's gonna get out, and at the same time, like, because the reason, and then also too, like, before this whole fourth hearing, like, they did a raid. You know what I'm saying? They raided his cell. They found over like 19 notes. The prosecution wanted to use it against him, all this stuff. And this judge said, no, they can't use none of that against him. They made them get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? They said that basically, like, it's going against his rights. You know what I'm saying? As the defendant, I mean, they can't use nothing they found. It was kind of like notes of shit that I guess was going on with the case and things like that. But that was stuff that he wrote, I guess, for his lawyers.
Okay.
And they kind of raided it from his cell, and they gave it to the prosecution, and the judge said, "Nah, I can't use that against him."
So, watch out with that, man.
So at the end of the day, I feel like they're gonna let him rock, bro. And and then from there it's gonna go wherever it's gonna go.
And he's from what I hear, he's really chilling right now. He's with a bunch of people. He's not even in Gen Pop. He's with a room full of other people accused, high-end people accused of the same thing. Even I'm reading that he even has people fighting to make his bed for him at this point. You know what I mean? Like, they trying to get that bad boy connect afterwards, or while they're right.
Take that.
Yeah.
No freaky, bro. Man.
I can't wait to find out after the
Diddler's gonna be the Diddler, man.
Diddler, man. That name will forever stick with him. Forever. Moving on real quick, because I got today I got to cut a little bit short.
Definitely.
I wanted to run through the album review for Kendrick's album GNX. Just wanted to I'll kick it off saying that I think Kendrick continues to add to the culture with new vibes, as well as paying tribute to many great hip hop songs. Some of my few of my favorite songs: "Whacked Out Murals," which is the first track on the album. Thought it was the strongest intro to an album that we've had in a while from any other hip-hop album. Pretty much tells you where he's at, how he feels. I mean, and it's just like which is great. Which I love about this track is that he's not going as hard as he was on the diss track that went viral, "They Not Like Us." But it's pretty much still hitting hard. Like he came to play. Like, he's not messing around. My second favorite one, "Man at the Garden," which it took me a while because I'm hearing the drum loop. And when you hear something, you're like, man, this sounds familiar. This is pretty much his one mic. You know what I mean? From Nas. It's the same drum loop. And I'm like it hit me mad late. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Love that. And then "Reincarnated," which not only does he embody Pac telling 3 different stories of past artists, which was inspired from him going through a past life regression therapy. Which is like, pretty much when you go into, you go to therapy, they hypnotize you, and then you kind of see, like, you see your past life and your hypnosis.
Yeah.
I thought which was awesome. But I mean, like, that sample, which was from another Pac song too, was just awesome. And then my last favorite song, "Gloria," which is the last track on the album, and which ends up being a song about his pen. And which I think was a tribute to Common's "I Used to Love Her," you know what I mean? Which was also Common's love letter to hip hop.
Yeah.
But overall, great album, though.
Overall, the album was fire. I ain't gonna lie. Like, for a surprise album, because nobody knew it was coming, you feel me? Definitely was dope album. Like overall, it was definitely dope album. I've been a Kendrick fan, not super heavy, but I've liked Kendrick for certain songs, certain singles. You know what I'm saying? Even with the whole Drake shit. Listen, at the end of the day, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm an artist. You feel me? I love music. Period. Would this make me stop listening to Drake? Nah.
No
Because,
way.
nah. You know why? And not to take nothing away from Kendrick, bro. Because Kendrick is dope. Like the album is fire. Like the album is really fire. Is what hip hop needed. You feel me? Like you said, all the tracks you named was fire. I like a couple other. I don't know them by names, but like the shit that he did. That it has the freestyle cover.
Yeah.
You know I think it's like the second song on the album that has the crazy. Like everything he did was fine. You feel me? The features that he got on there is dope. I fuck with the whole album. I really like it. You know what I'm saying? But I like Drake is an artist, bro. Right. You got to, at the end of the day, no matter the beef they went through and whatever them two went through as, you know, two men, you know, hashing it out. Because this is what hip hop is. Right. You know, Biggie and Pac went through it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Dipset and Rockefeller went through it. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of beefs in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take away anything from Drake as an artist, because Drake as an artist is dope. You feel me? He done touched a lot of different platforms, whether, you know, pop, rap, you know, fucking the Spanish side of it. Like, you know, as an artist, he really is a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? He's nice. You feel me? You can't take nothing away from him. So it won't, like, if Drake was to drop an album tomorrow or anything, like, and it's dope, like, I'm still gonna give him credit for putting out a dope album. You feel me? And that's just me being an artist and loving music in itself. You know what I'm saying? And I can't take away from certain people, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the same thing, like, shit, I'm from New York, and when Biggie and Pac was going through their shit, I ain't say, oh, I don't like, I ain't like Hit 'Em Up because it was from the West Coast, because Hit 'Em Up was fucking fire. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. But then Biggie was still putting out crazy shit too. You feel me? So like, you gotta as an artist and as just a person, you know, loving music in itself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love what everybody's doing. If it's fire, it's fire. You know what I'm saying? So respect and big ups to Kendrick, because the album is definitely fire. Hell yeah. But you know, respect to everybody that put an album out this year. You know what I'm saying? He had to. I feel like he had to. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to do something because, you know, he had the #1 song for how long with the They Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? Which basically put him in the spotlight to do the Super Bowl.
That's right. That's right.
Like, regardless, people that don't know sports know They Not Like Us because that song was worldwide.
Yeah, yeah.
Understand what I'm saying? And so regardless of the whole Super Bowl, like, people that don't know sports knows They Not Like Us. They know that song. Right. So it makes sense for him to be doing the Super Bowl. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And at the same time, like, he's a great artist. So big up to him, you know, and big up to everybody that put out an album this year. You feel me? And, you know, I love where hip hop is going. You know what I'm saying?
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, man. You're better than me. I'll tell you why, because I get real personal about, like, I don't know. I guess I get my head too much into it. So I probably won't listen to Drake for 10 years. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, because I feel like once you get, you know, I definitely do pick sides. Even like going back to that Biggie and Tupac thing, I didn't start becoming a Pac fan until after high school, till I got older and became a man. And I was like, damn, Tupac was actually nice. I was sleeping on him, like, because I was just choosing sides. But I do get, like, I get so territorial. And then with Drake, it's like, I feel like we gave Drake so many chances as hip hop fans. Like, all right, we ignored all the ghostwriters. Okay, we ignored all the funny stuff. We ignored you sleeping with Wayne's girl while he was in jail. Like, mad different things. And I was just like, okay, we ignored the fact that you just might be method acting your whole way into a Grammy, you know, too, because he's a really good actor. You know what I mean? So, and even then, even with all that, like, I agree with you. He definitely is, as an artist, he's an artist. He ain't whack. You know what I mean? But I gotta give when it comes to, like, who holds Kendrick at this point. Kendrick is just like, he's what I wish we would have had when we were growing up in the 90s. Like, we had our different artists, but we didn't have an artist like him and that, you know, really, you know, we got Kanye and we got all, you know, and different other people in different genres, but You know, yeah.
Not to cut you off, but see,
Yeah.
you just mentioned Kanye.
Yeah.
Fucking musical genius, right?
Yeah, right.
But what happened when everybody said, you know, what's his name wrote for him for years?
Consequence, right?
You
Yeah.
feel me? Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing, bro.
Broke my heart too. It's
How many
true.
how many verses Hove said?
Right.
How many lines of Biggie shit that Hove used?
Right.
You feel me? Like it's the same thing, bro. Like niggas use people bars and just flip it. You feel me? Like say it a different way. You know how many times, bro, I put out music, like when we was talking about the Dat Piff shit before. I put so many mixtapes out on Dat Piff, bro. And I done heard my bar being used by people in the industry so many different ways. You feel me? Like, nah, I said that already, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You feel me? So like at the end of the day, like, bro, it's what it is. It's hip hop, bro.
It's hip hop, yeah.
It's hip hop. You feel me? Like you can't take away from the man. He wouldn't be who he is today if he was trash, bro.
Right. True.
And that's just keeping it real. As loving music, bro. He wouldn't be Drake. He wouldn't be who he is today if he was trash. Just like Kanye wouldn't be Ye if he was trash, bro.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So,
that's true.
You know, I always love music. I always try to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you came to me before the last episode, I was like, yo, bro, listen to these albums.
Yeah.
You know, I don't listen to those, you know, certain artists, but I give it a chance. Like, fuck it. If you say listen to it, there's definitely something in there that I gotta hear that caught your ear that maybe is gonna catch my ear. You feel me?
Right. Facts. No, you definitely right on that, man. It's like you said, it's definitely it's like being picky and choosy. I'm trying to be more open minded and not be so territorial with things, but you know,
like people don't even know this. Like you would ask me my top 5. And you can ask me my favorite artist, like my all-time favorite rapper.
Right.
And people will probably think because I'm from New York, I'll say Hov and Big, and it's not even that.
It's not even that, right? Yeah.
Pusha T is my favorite rapper.
Love Pusha. Yeah, love
Pusha T. Before every rapper, Pusha T my favorite rapper.
Right.
You feel me? Like no freaky. Like I love Pusha, bro. Like that's my favorite rapper, bro.
Yeah.
Then come the other rappers. You feel me?
And I think
when I needed to lock in.
I'm going to listen to Pusha. And then as you get older, you almost start recycling your whole top 5 because my top 5 from 2008 is so much different than what it is today. You know what I mean? And I don't even now I got to separate. I have like 4 different top 5s because I got to say, oh, this is my old school top 5. This is my current top 5. This is my spoken word. You know,
I said no freaky.
No freaky.
I say no freaky word.
But now that definitely music, definitely a great topic on that, and I want to continue it too. Before we wrap it up, we want to talk about some sports real quick. You mentioned the Giants. We lost Daniel Jones. I think he quit.
So let's talk about it real quick. Daniel Jones asked to be released. We agreed to release him. We played today. Start. The veto, and he didn't do shit.
And we lost, 30-7. But
I guess in his defense, he said he hasn't played since preseason or some shit. Or before preseason. He hasn't actually played with the starters. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Pause. So, like, let's see what he do. But at the end of the day, it's the end. It's the end of the road for us this season. You feel me? So it's not gonna matter what we do. At this point,
right.
Condition him, see if he's going to be our starting quarterback for next year.
Yeah.
Or what we going to do? Are we going to, pick somebody up and draft? But at the end of the day, like, for me, like, to fucking spend all the money we did on Daniel Jones for him to fucking ask to be released is crazy. Because we could have put that money into Saquon, kept him, had Malik Neighbors.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Let DeVito start.
Right.
And then we probably would have had a fucking fighting chance.
I just felt, and I think he knew at this point, I felt like he knew it was his time to go. Like, I think he knew he wasn't being performing what he was worth. And I give him credit for at least doing that, just saying, hey, I respectfully bow out, because you can only have so many years of the same thing, and then before you got to let it go. Moving on to the next one real quick, Cowboys news. Rumors going around that Deion Sanders might be the new head coach for the following season, and that Deion Sanders' son might also play as what, starting QB?
Yeah, that's a fact. So
That'd be awesome.
I don't know if it's like
Like up in the air,
rumors.
right?
I think it's a guaranteed thing that he is going to become the coach of the Cowboys next season. And the main thing they trying to do is pick up Shador Sanders, which is Deion Sanders' son, who's a QB now, and will be starting QB if the Cowboys pick him up. And then in history of the NFL, this will be the first father and son duo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the NFL.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be great, you know, for NFL. It's going to bring a lot of money. You know, Deion Sanders is definitely a legend. His son is definitely doing big things right now as a QB in college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so.
They need that because I don't know what bourbon Jerry Jones is drinking, but for that man to think that the Cowboys are, like, you know, I can understand being optimistic and supporting your team, but dude, like they were not performing the way they should have been performing. Their QB sucked all season. I wasted so much money betting on him. I don't even know why I did anymore. But he's just trash. And I think from what I was watching from Deion Sanders as a college coach, it seemed like he's like top prime to be a coach. Like he's like what you want. He knows the game. And I think that'll be probably a huge win for Cowboys if they get that.
No, yeah, they definitely. I think it's already in the works.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I don't feel like because they've been talking about it for a minute, and then now it's like they saying like, all right, this is what's gonna happen. You feel me? They just, I guess, feel they really trying to lock it in where they have a chance. Because you know how the draft go, bro. Like depending on what position they are in the draft, another team could come and grab him up, and then it's over. Like he not
it's over. So Jerry better put that money, bro.
And they're trying to make it happen where they get Deion Sanders, they get Shador Sanders together and have that father and son duo. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, too, you got to look at it like this, man. They could do that. They can make that happen, but it doesn't mean that it's going to make the team great. Don't get me wrong. Deion Sanders, a legend. He's a phenomenal coach now. What he's done for the organization he's in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And his son is even dope, too, as a QB. He's really good. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a team. You feel me? There's not one player, one person. You feel me?
Right.
So it takes a team, and we just got to wait and see on what happens with that.
No, it's going to be interesting, but right now it's looking like, just to look over the scores real quick, Kansas City Chiefs just won another one, so they should be 10-0 right now with this game. They're still winning by the skin of their teeth, but they're winning. So I mean, it's definitely looking like they're definitely going to the bowl. We got Philly and Los Angeles Rams tonight, and and Dallas did actually win a game today. They won 34-26. So football's getting exciting. I have to admit, I'm actually really enjoyed this season for the most part. And
I go front. Football is definitely getting exciting.
For real.
Sports in general, man. I love sports. I love basketball, football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the sports and shit. It's always good to see your teams you love win, and then you're pissed off when they don't. But I feel like releasing Daniel Jones, we took a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because we know we're not going nowhere this season, but at least we know for next season, we got a new look coming. Whether it's with DeVito, whether they're going to put some money into him and train him and get him going, or whether it's with somebody else they're going to pick up in the draft. Because I did hear they mentioned, I can't remember the kid's name, and I didn't get a chance to look up highlights, but they did mention a QB, you know what I'm saying, that they was taking a look at. What I do know from past hearing is that they was waiting for Arch Manning, which is Peyton and Eli's nephew.
Right. Which he's apparently.
Which he's dope too. Like if you watch highlights of the kid, he's definitely a Manning, and they say he's supposedly kind of better than Peyton. You feel me? So
Peyton was the better brother,
So what I heard, that the Giants franchise was definitely waiting to pick him up, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We're not sitting in them rooms with them.
Yeah, for real.
If anybody knows and anybody got that access, please let us know. You know what I'm saying? All right.
And then, real quick to wrap it up, Warriors clinched their spot in the NBA Muradid NBA Cup, so they're looking good. Curry's looking great. And Grant Williams, they're looking good.
Him and he's looking great, and fucking LaMelo Ball, bro. He's going crazy,
off, bro.
He's going off, bro. Yep. You got to give him credit.
Yep.
I honestly think it's a chip on his shoulder that he got from the whole controversy with his brother.
Big time.
You feel me? With his brother not getting in. And he got to show them, like, listen, we all ball. You feel me? Like, he's going crazy this season. Shout out to them, for real.
Right now in the Eastern Conference, we got Cleveland #1 right now.
Boston. Yeah, Cleveland #1 over,
so they're looking
over
good.
Boston, bro. I talked about this last week, yo.
Yeah, Mitchell's doing amazing. Boston Celtics got knocked down to #2, but they're still looking sharp. Jason Tatum's still putting up numbers. Orlando's #3, which is crazy.
Yeah.
They haven't been top 5 in a hot minute.
Yeah.
New York Knicks #4, and Bucks is 5. And then we got for the Western Conference, Golden State #1. OKC is looking good. This kid's looking good. What's his name? Shy is looking really good. Houston Rockets #3, and Lakers are 4, and Nuggets are 5. And then we got So I mean, it could be any. It could right now they're doing this cup. So, like I said, Golden State they clinched it. I think there's some games on tonight as well for the cup, which is like a whole new thing that they when did this start? Like after COVID, I think it was. So we got to see where this really ends up at. But a lot of different teams. I feel like they're playing. Even Knicks are like looking really good right now. Really loving Carl Anthony.
Yeah, we still got a lot of games to play, man. At the end of the day, we still in the beginning. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, we definitely still in the beginning. We got a lot of games, a lot of months ahead of us.
Right.
I feel like we start getting hot. You know what I'm saying? Spring break. That's when we gonna know. Like, all right.
Like who's in it? Who's staying?
Who's really staying in it, and who's in it to win it? Who's giving up? We gonna know.
Yeah, man.
You feel me?
I'm rooting for the Knicks to stay in at least the top 4.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think we are.
I think we are.
I think we're gonna actually move up too.
I think so too.
To be honest.
I think I'm hoping Orlando like gets whacker throughout But they still got some power moves, but like you said, it's still pretty early, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. This was a great show. I don't mean to cut it out.
Yeah, I know you got to do your thing, man. It's all good.
Yeah, man, I'm so sorry. But
don't be sorry, bro. It's always great to do this thing with you. Listen, this is episode 9. Next week is episode 10. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come up with something big for y'all, no freaky. You know what I'm saying? Man, yo, enjoy your day, man. Enjoy your family. We love y'all. Everybody have a blessed week. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely gonna see y'all next week. Same time, same channel.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, Cuzzo. Love you. Have a blessed week, and I'll see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bro. We're gonna definitely talk. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, y'all.
Alrighty, yo. Peace.
Later.